The last day that I saw my daughter, I was going on a trip and I was going to be gone a week. I went into her room. I told her that I loved her and that I'd be back. You know, you don't ever think your daughter's going to come up missing. You don't ever think this is going to happen. Okay. June 5th, Ashley got picked up from her cousin and got dropped off at a house party. She met this man that she was familiar with and left with him, and he claimed that they were together for 6 days. And on June 11th, 2017, this man claims that he drove my daughter 8 miles from his home, pulled over, claims that he fell asleep, and then he woke up and my daughter was gone. I came back home on June 15th. When I couldn't find Ashley, that's when it was real. I was scared. When I called the Bureau of Indian Affairs and reported my daughter missing. They didn't take it serious. They thought she might have just left town. We decided to do our own search and take it into our own hands. We located the man that was last with Ashley. I took it upon myself and stayed up to his house, parked outside of his house, by myself, watching him. The Bureau of Indian Affairs didn't go search for her until June 29th. It took 14 days for them to actually go out and search. The evidence, if there was anything there, was gone. It seems like when another woman goes missing on the reservation, she's just another face on a flyer. My daughter just isn't another face on a poster. She had dreams. She was my daughter. Somebody should go out there and find her.
Well, Loxie is joined by tribal filmmaker Rain. 2 of his films, Say Her Name and Somebody's Daughter, have drawn international attention to the murdered and missing Indigenous women crisis. Thank you both for being here, and where do you think your daughter is?
It took a long time to realize that. I don't think my daughter's with us today. And I don't know, but it's been 4 long years.
And that's very hard to say.
Yep.
I'm sure to consider that as a real possibility. What frustrates you most about the way they responded or failed to respond to your case?
After we reported it, it took 14 days, but in that time, they only searched for her for 6 days. And,
wow.
And it's just frustrating that we don't have the help.
Well, Rain, you've really dug into this. How do you explain the lack of reactivity to this?
You know, I think there's a great degree of institutionalized racism, and I think that people do not want to recognize history because things don't just happen in a vacuum. Tribal populations are largely invisible to the general population. Mm-hmm. Why is that? Because most people's points of reference come from old Hollywood movies, you know, casino Indian stereotypes and sports mascots. So if you deny a people their identity, they become invisible.
One of the things that puzzles me about it is what you guys are saying, these 2 families are saying, is they're getting non-response from tribal police. Are they just that undermanned?
Tribal police, you know, their hands in a lot of ways are tied. Yes, they're underfunded, chronically underfunded. You know, there's a lack of training, but they are not the ones who have jurisdiction over these cases. It's the federal authorities that have jurisdiction over these cases.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.